That is our top focus, and of course legislation is going to be hit. Let's talk about Law Minister Ashwani Kumar, set to face the heat today as the CBI is going to disclose the full extent of his involvement in its reply to the Supreme Court today.
Well, CNN IBN's Manoj Gupta in fact has accessed details of the CBI's reply to several questions posed by the Apex Court. The agency has made it clear that the status report was shown to Ashwani Kumar and that he had asked to see the report and ordered the removal of a paragraph which was critical of the Prime Minister's office. It also says that it had submitted an affidavit in the Supreme Court saying the Law Minister had vetted that report. The earlier affidavit also blamed the CBI counsel for misleading the court by saying that the report had not been shown to anyone.
Insofar as the Honourable Law Minister is concerned, the matter is sub judice in the court. It is scheduled to come up on the 8th of May, if I am correctly instructed. If at all the Union of India has anything to articulate, it would do so through its law officers before the appropriate court.
आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने गंभीर टिप्पणी की है, आपको मालूम है। हमें बताया जाए कि कानून मंत्री ने क्यों बैठक बुलाई थी, किसके कहने पर बैठक बुलाई थी। उस बैठक में प्रधानमंत्री कार्यालय के भी पदाधिकारी थे।
Arunadhi Mukherjee joins us live this morning. Meetu Jain is on the phone line. Arunadhi, to start with you, about this paragraph that the Law Minister asked to have removed, critical of the Prime Minister's office. That's something the opposition has been using to target the Prime Minister. Just take us through what we're going to see today.
Well, that is the biggest and most crucial point that makes this affidavit different from the previous one that the CBI had to file in the Supreme Court. In this one, the Supreme Court has now asked for specific details that the CBI must come clean on. And what we've learned through our sources within the CBI is that that was the point that was recommended by the Law Minister be removed, the point which perhaps was critical about the Prime Minister's office. Now, what does that mean? Does that then show that the CBI was or had found certain details that were going to indict the Prime Minister's office relevant to the manner in which the coal blocks had been allocated? Does that also mean that the CBI was perhaps then on the right track in the investigations, but then the investigations got derailed? So the consequences of what the CBI tells the Supreme Court today vis-a-vis that affidavit are going to be massive politically as well as from the investigation point of view. Because remember, why this removal of this paragraph is extremely crucial, Amrita, is the fact that the CBI had been probing the role of the Coal Ministry, the Power Ministry, several chief ministers and their offices, as well as the Prime Minister's office, because the Prime Minister's office was the last authority deciding the manner in which these coal blocks would be allocated. Now, that is where the problem is, where the CBI is investigating, as to whether there was any arbitrary manner in which these coal blocks had been allocated, whether it was just first come first serve, or whether it was simply based on recommendations. And that's where the Prime Minister's office could be indicted, and that's where that crucial paragraph had been removed, and the CBI will be telling the Supreme Court about what exactly happened today.
Let's also bring in Meetu Jain. She's joining us on the phone line from the capital. Meetu, you know, apart from the facts in this particular case, we are of course waiting to see what was it, that the Law Minister had actually vetted from that report. But apart from that, it's also about perception at a time when the opposition has been saying that the CBI is just working under the government. It's the right hand of the government. With the CBI filing this affidavit, give us a sense of how crucial is this actually going to be?
Well, you see, where the Law Minister is concerned, one thing I can tell you is not just Law Minister. The government is looking at two chief ministers, Pawan Bansal and Ashwani Kumar. And the sense one gets is that the government doesn't want to repeat the mistake that they did the last time. That is, if you remember, in the case of the other showering scam, when Chief Minister Ashok Chavan had to go, and according to sources, that not a shred of evidence has been found against him as yet. At least that's the stand the government is taking. So this is a mistake they don't want to repeat again. Till the investigation is over and there is any indictment of, say, Pawan Bansal and Ashwani Kumar, the government has decided to stay put where the ministers are concerned. Because you remember also the fact that if Ashwani Kumar goes, then the next finger of suspicion will be pointing at no less than the Prime Minister. And this is something that the government would like to avoid, given the fact that elections, the Lok Sabha elections, are not too far away. And this is not something that the government would like to give the opposition on a platter, which is what they are demanding. But the low side of this is going to be that in the parliament session, one can expect that the opposition, the legislation that was expected to take place will not happen now. The opposition is going to come down on the government like a ton of bricks. No legislative business is likely to happen, and the session, which is already not done too much, is really going to be more of a washout.